Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the final episode of PGR2 Platinum Handicap playthrough, and we have finally arrived at the last series of the game, which is the Ultimate Series. It's been a very long road, but I thoroughly enjoyed doing this so far. It's been extremely challenging, but we've finally made it to the end one, which is the Ultimate Series. And what I realised playing through this series is that every event is either a street race or a cone challenge, right until the speed camera, which is in every series, of course. But it's just got a ridiculous amount of street races, 14 street races and 4 cone challenges. So there's no time-based events, there's no time run, there's no hot lap, there's no overtake, there's no one-on-one. I think that's all the other types of events there are. But that is strange. I don't know why they went for that, but there we are. Right, we'll jump into the garage, have a little look at this. So first thing I want to talk about is the Ford GT. Because this is a funny one, really. Because if you drive this car sort of outside of this class, it's actually like a decent car to drive. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It's certainly quick enough. But then you put it in the class, and then everything changes and it's absolutely terrible. It's so far off the pace of everything else. So it's kind of funny, but it kind of belongs in the Extreme Series, really, to stand a chance of doing anything decently. I mean, it's not so slow, like, compared to, say, the Mazda MX-5, compared to the Porsche Boxster and, like, Honda S2000. It's not that bad, or the Vauxhall VX2 220 compared to the Noble. But it's still, you know, still quite a lot worse. So that's definitely going in bottom place. No competition there. Right, then the next two going up are the Celine S7 and the Porsche Carrera GT. So these two have their strengths, and the Celine's is definitely the speed. Acceleration and top speed is pretty decent, especially for a start car. It does suffer slightly in the handling, though. It's a little bit harder to get around the corners than some of the other cars in the group. That's where the Porsche has its strong point. Its cornering ability and its ability to take speed through the corners is so much better than the Celine. So it's kind of hard to split these two because of the strengths, because the Porsche is quite a bit better on circuit tracks and the Celine is quite a bit better on the Nürburgring, I'd say. Just because of that acceleration speed. One thing as well, the Ford GT has a very good launch. I forgot to mention that. It's got a decent launch, and up to third gear it's actually okay, where the Porsche Carrera, it's kind of slow off the start line, and the acceleration is kind of meh. It does have an alright top speed, and it's not too bad at getting there, but the low to mid acceleration is kind of poor. So I think I'm going to put the Celine just below the Porsche. For most stuff, but I think I'll end up using the Celine on the circuits because it's harder, and then the Porsche on the Nürburgring because that's harder on the Nürburgring. So that's the bottom 3 cars. Then we've got a pretty big jump up to the Zonda S, and this is where the cars start getting pretty competitive. The Zonda S is sort of on its own. It's kind of equal with the Ferrari, the Enzo Ferrari, I guess, around some circuits. But then on the Nürburgring, the Enzo does pull away from the Zonda quite comfortably, really. But there's nothing wrong with the Zonda at all. Very good car. Decent brakes, good acceleration, good enough top speed. Does everything well, nothing badly. So that's going just above the bottom 3 cars. With the Enzo just slightly above that, because on circuits it's kind of underwhelming. A little bit of understeer and just not brilliant. Even though the stats say it's got full everything, it does understeer quite a bit. Kind of hard to get the power down in the lower gears and circuit tracks. So it's just sort of, it's good. It's good on circuits, but nothing amazing. On the Nürburgring, though, it's very good because of the top speed and the high-end acceleration. And when it's going quicker around those high-speed corners, it is pretty good. So that's just above the Zonda. Right, now the next 3 are very hard to split because we have the Koenigsegg and then the 2 bonus cars, Mercedes CLK GTR and the Porsche 911 GT1. This may come down to personal preference splitting these 3 because they are very closely matched. They all have their strengths. Koenigsegg's obviously got mental acceleration, but does struggle in 5th gear, so that's kind of annoying. The Mercedes has mental handling, very, very quick, but it struggles. Well, its top speed's pretty low, like 195 miles per hour or something. So that's not very good there. But the handling says it's 1 off full, but that is an absolute joke, because that's the same as the Ford GT, and there's no way these two handle the same. That Mercedes should have full handling. And then the Porsche 911 GT1 is just a bit of a beast in all areas, really. It's a lot more stable than a Mercedes. Great handling, decent top speed as well. I think maybe 4th best top speed. So pretty good. But I'm going to rank these in terms of how they did in the series, not how they do in like multiplayer or different tracks. So I'm going to put the Koenigsegg in 4th place, just because it's not as good around the corners. It's kind of feels a bit heavier, feels a bit more sluggish around the corners than the other two, the bonus cars. So I'm putting that in 4th. And then the Mercedes, I'm going to put behind the Porsche because of the top speed limitation. So on the Nürburgring, especially on the last street race with 2 laps, it does suffer because of that. And the Koenigsegg's, that 5th gear is terrible as well. So they're kind of both weakened towards the top end, whereas the Porsche keeps going. So I'm going to put the Porsche in 2nd. Overall, I think it has the edge. And I don't even need to talk about the top car. The TVR's obviously way, way in the lead there with just everything amazing. So there you go. That is all the cars. That's how I'm ranking them. Some my thoughts on them. And we'll jump into the first street race. And I think the first 4 might be on the Nürburgring. Just sections of it. So the first one is kind of just a huge straight. That is the entire of this circuit, or track, shall I say. There's one corner, then onto a straight. So I managed to do it in the Celine and the Porsche Carrera. I haven't yet managed it in the 4GT, but I do think it is possible after like many, many attempts. So I'm going to leave that one on the back burner and try and do it in the 4GT some other time. But for now, it's still pretty difficult in the Porsche because of that slow acceleration. So I'm going to try it. It's definitely easier in the Celine. But we've got the Ferrari and the Zonda up front that are fighting, so we have to try and catch them up. Well, that kind of worked out, but Celine's going to catch me up, and I need those 2 in front to mess up, but it's probably not going to happen. Oh, it did. That's what I was waiting for. Oh, this is perfect. I just need that to happen with the 4GT, and then be able to get round them on the first corner. Oh, no. That's fine. Yes, perfect. This is so weak, top end. Going up the hill like that. I think the finish is just here, somewhere. I think that's the first time I've actually won by not smashing into them on the last corner. I'm going to keep trying that in the 4GT, because I think I can get that, but it's going to take a hell of a lot of luck, because that needs to happen, that exact thing with those 2 cars. And you need to get around the first corner unscathed, which is very hard in the 4GT. So I think the stars need to align for that one. But yeah, that's possible in every car. It's kind of, if you can do them in the Porsche or the Celine, everything else obviously is going to do that fairly easily. But for this one, we can use the 4GT because I think it's around the carousel towards the start of this. It could be, and they slow down quite a lot around the carousel, which gives us a big chance to catch up. Can't quite get the luck I need on this. I need them to mess up around this carousel a bit more than they are. That's nearly it. There we go. That's what I was waiting for. Can I hold them off? I think yes, just about. There's a lot of luck required in that one to be able to do that in the Ford. If they didn't go really slow off the end of that carousel, then that would be impossible to do, I reckon. But just about squeezed ahead of the Enzo there. And the Zonda came all the way down in 5th, so that must have crashed pretty badly. But yeah, that's not easy, that one at all. But we can use the 4GT again for the second one. And I'm going to have to remind myself what this even is. This is going to be difficult again. But same tactic, just wait for them to slow up and hopefully pass them, really. Oh, that was a perfect start. Oh, maybe not. Well, it's better than I've had before. Oh, this has never happened before. That Enzo never usually crashes on the start bit. And that's just rude. Right, so I need to hope this Zonda screws up on its own. Well, that'll do nicely. Can I get round him? Oh, that's close. And try not to screw up now. This 4GT is not the easiest thing to get around the corners. I'll tell you what though, that's usually a hell of a lot closer than that. I've done this race quite a lot of times in the past and just recording now, and that has never happened before where the Enzo gets taken out near the start and I've passed them. So I'll definitely take that one. That's the good thing about street races is there's so many different things that can happen, so you've got to keep trying with some of them and see if they're possible. But the Enzo did come in third in the end, the Zonda second. And that's 2 in the 4GT, so that's pretty nice. Just couldn't manage that first one. This is the same story, though. This is like half the Nürburgring, if I remember. Quite a long race, this one. I couldn't manage this in the 4GT either, but again, I think I will keep trying in it to see if I can get a bit of luck on my side. I don't think I was too far off on one attempt, so I think I could maybe squeeze it. But we'll go back in the Carrera because it's worse than a Celine, I think, for the Nürburgring. Especially on the start like this. This Porsche is not going to be good at all. And the Zonda is our only hope for drafting it, but it didn't really last very long at all. I don't think I got any drafting out of it at all. And that certainly didn't help what I just did then. But if anything, it keeps us out of this mess that's about to happen here. Right, so we've only overtaken 2 cars so far, which isn't the best. They get right in the way, these cars, don't they? How many times when he's gone 2 wheels? I've literally crashed into a car every corner so far. I think I'm pushing it, trying to catch him up. I'll have to see if they go off the track at any point. Yeah, they all are going off the track, aren't they? And Koenigsegg has died, and these 2 are dying as well. This part of the track, for some reason, this always happens. Sometimes they just fly off this corner as well, without any explanation. There's one example. Although I think the Zonda had something to do with that one. And we'll just go around him, nice and easy. The difference between doing this in the Porsche Carrera or the Celine and the 4GT is actually mental. So much harder. But this is a nice stable car to drive. If it was, if it had quick acceleration, this would be an absolute weapon of a car. Probably the most stable out there. Really good handling. And like negligible understeer as well. I've actually forgotten where the finish line is on this track. Quite far away still. I think it's somewhere on the straight. We're staying ahead of the Enzo though, that's something. Yeah, if you do take decent lines throughout it, you can drop them quite easily. Because there's quite a few corners they don't do particularly quick. And I think the finish is halfway up here. So it's a little bit of a challenge in the Porsche, and then like ridiculous in the 4GT. That is literally the difference. I think the Carrera will drop the S7 on the cornery sections, but then the S7 will catch up quite a lot on the straights. So that's the difference, really. But, you know, they're pretty even, I'd say, overall. But the Porsche's definitely better on circuit tracks. But yeah, I could do every car on that one, obviously, apart from the 4GT. But again, that's another one I think I'll keep trying. See if I can manage it. And we come to the first cone challenge. All the cone challenges in this are pretty short and fairly easy. I think there's one cone challenge that's a little bit harder than the rest, but as a rule, they're actually not too bad at all. So we're going to do them all in the 4GT, because at least that's some platinum medals for it. So 19,000 for 2 laps of Florence. I actually didn't pass that time by... I didn't get enough kudos, so I didn't pass by 250. So I need to throw a few more slides in. So it's easy to get around the circuit in a full combo, but you just need more slides than you think. So every time I go around a corner that looks like a slide can be put in, I'm going to do it. But generally, I don't think people really have a problem with any of the ultimate cone challenges. Because you're in these quick cars, it makes it quite a bit easier. Well, you can just chuck a slide in anywhere and then accelerate, and then you're going to get to the cone. The next cone. It's not exactly close, is it? Because the tracks stay the same in size, but you're in a massively quicker car, so... Even in something such as the 4GT, it's not an issue. Just have to keep your concentration for some of the slides, really. Hardest thing about this is definitely the target. Just throwing in a few more slides for the hell of it. Try and get this target up. To be fair, I could have done a 360 on that point. I think it's looking a bit more promising. That's not what I meant to do. And still I managed to save it. Even though it just completely stops, and that is the benefit of being in these cars. Yeah, this has done it this time. That was a bit close, but yeah, you had to chuck in more slides there than you realise, but managed it in the end. It's actually a fairly big target for the size track. But nearly 2,000 passed by, so the cone challenges, like I said, aren't going to give us too many problems. Right. This one, I think this is an all-Ferrari street race. This is one of those strange races. I believe it's the Enzo up front, and then there's the F40, F50, 360 Challenge Stradale, and the 575 Maranello, I want to say. But yeah, this is actually really difficult to catch up the Enzo. That's not going too badly. 9 tenths. Might be able to dive bomb here, you know. Yes. No. What the hell is happening? I'm understeering like mad. Oh god, we're having a kiss. My camera's screwed up. Right, that took quite a while for that to actually happen like that. Please. Oh, he's crashed. Now we've got the F40 behind us. I don't know if that's good or bad, really. Oh, this is perfect. Now they can fight. Usually the F40 and the F50 don't crash to that degree, and they've crashed as well. Oh, this is just absolutely spot on. I don't usually have this much luck on this one. Who's made it out of that? I thought to change gear. Right, I need to concentrate on driving, otherwise they're going to catch me up. It's not over yet. Does sound like the end zone. But yeah, usually on that first corner, the F50 and the F40 don't screw up to that degree and let you fly past. So that was a welcome change, and I caught up the Enzo and managed to dive bomb him on the hairpin. I'm screwing this up. I've got 2 more laps of driving very poorly. What is in second place? I can't actually see them at all. That's better. Better corner. I don't think there's any point of the 360 and the 575 being in this race, really, is there? They're just there for filler. Just keep an eye on the time that car's behind to make sure they're not gaining too much. We're pulling away, which makes me think it's not the Enzo that's behind. And considering the F40 and the Enzo crashed, it might be the F50. Oh, that's not ideal. I've got 1 more lap to go, though. I think it's the F50, and then the Enzo's closing in on it, and then the F40's miles behind. That's what I think's happened. Could be wrong, but that's my 2 cents on it. Because I never pull away from the Enzo. I don't even catch the Enzo up, really, that much. If I remember, if I drive really well, I'll maybe catch up a few tenths per lap. Maybe like 2 or 3 tenths. It's really small because it pulls away on quite a few sections. But considering we were pulling away quite easily, it's definitely the F50 or the F40 behind us, with the Enzo chasing. I'm definitely going F50, Enzo, then F40. Is it true? I'm quite happy I managed to do that one, though. So early on, anyway. F50, F40, then the Enzo. That's the other way around. The Enzo absolutely died in that. So, again, I don't think I've seen that happen before. To that degree, anyway, so... Like I said, street races are potluck, really, with a bit of skill chucked in there. But, yes, another one in the 4GT done. And now, I think this is the slightly more challenging cone challenge, just because it's a longer race, Northern 3. So we're going to go back in the GT. Only 3 colours, so not the most variety, but we've got 14k for this one. Yeah, this is the... I don't know, this might be the only cone challenge we do on this track, like this way round, I think. Yeah, I think it is. Definitely done a race. We've done the one-on-one against the TVR Tamora in the Sports Coupe series, I believe, on this track. Now, I don't know how I didn't hit a cone then. It's kind of lucky, but I wanted the clean or the good line round there, really. Because they're worth quite a lot. Typically, the good line's worth more than a small slide, so they're kind of worth doing it, and you don't lose any speed, obviously, as well. I have no idea what I'm doing. Get a good line there and 2 wheels, that's very good. I'll take that. I've been very lucky in this one not actually taking out a cone, because the 4GT is actually pretty wide. That's one thing about it. But it's going alright. There we go. Another good line and 2 wheels. I did get a good line there, but it wasn't the best line. It's better. I find these good lines are much better because we're already nearly at the target and we've got quite a bit to go. And 2 wheels as well. Really helps us out. That's much easier, that target, than the first cone challenge for sure. And we had 10 seconds left, but yeah, that's a lot easier. In fact, I actually got more kudos, did I, in that one? Well, it's very similar kudos. No, I did get more. It's 21,000. I got more in that one, even though the target was less, so yeah, that's a good one. Nice and easy, the cone challenges, though. We welcome those ones. Right, street race, Speed Freak. This is possible because of a few corners after the hairpin they drive pretty slow on. So again, on a circuit race, we can use the 4GT. I'm trying to think what cars are in this. I don't think the Koenigsegg's in this. We'll have to see. It might be the Enzo and the Zonda again. We'll see. I think that is the Zonda and the Enzo up front there. Use that Porsche as the corner quite nicely there. Porsche got right, the Zonda got right in the way. God damn it, that's getting in the way, that Zonda. That's twice now. Oh, the understeer of this car is not even funny. Right, we are catching up to this Enzo slightly. He's taking a very strange line through there. I've gone wide anyway. Got 4 laps to try and catch him up. He can disappear down here, though. No, eat my own words. What are they doing? Some of the lines in this game are questionable from the AI. It makes me feel like they haven't tested this game as much as they could have done. It might only happen with the quicker cars for some lines as well. I don't know. But it just makes the game so much easier because of certain races like this where that happens. Because it's not only just one spot they drive really slow. And they drive really quick through some spots as well, so there's not that much consistency in there. This car feels really clumsy through the corners. You just can't chuck them in, or chuck it into the corners at all. Right, that was better. I prefer driving the Ford GT40 if I'm honest. Just got mad understeer this. Right, we are ahead of the Enzo still. That's good. Just got to try and actually not lose control on this track. That's the biggest challenge. This bit's horrible. The bumps. Right, managed to do that fairly smoothly. If the Koenigsegg was on this this race, it would be a different animal, I think. Screwed that up though. But luckily, the Enzo on circuit tracks isn't that good. So it does give us a good chance. We are staying pretty much the same distance ahead. That's a better line. At least keep my speed through there. Right, I think we're pulling away slightly now. I was looking behind, took the wrong line through there. 3 seconds. That'll do. On to the last lap. I keep clipping that left-hand wall, which isn't helping me out. Nice through there again. Just got to be a bit more slow and controlled through there because of the unpredictability of it. This is a very long series, and there's not any like really quick events in it. The cone challenges are probably the ones that get done the quickest out of all of them. But I think there's 19 events. Is that right? I think there might be. There's certainly a lot anyway. There we go. They won comfortably in the end. Like I said, a few sections in there they don't drive well at all. But I'm imagining the Enzo... Oh, the Enzo came in third, so the Zonda overtook it in the end. Interesting. And the Porsche Carrera is quite far ahead of the Celine on the circuit tracks. So that's bound to happen. But we've got a couple more street races that we can use the GT in, I believe. So we're doing well so far. This one is St. Basil Circle, 5 laps. I think by the second corner or third corner, I managed to actually get ahead of most of them, so that's good. Wow. That was... I might just leave that in because that was insane. I'm not going to win the race, but Jesus. I really want to be out the way of the AI through this bit because this goes mental. That'll do. I hit the Celine, slowed me down. Oh, the understeer of this car is really going to hamper me through this bit. Luckily, they go slow through there for some reason. Can we keep up with the Enzo in the draft zone? The answer is no. Oh, that's a bit more sliding than I wanted there. Just push him out the way. Nice and sportsmanlike. Now, can I do this bit without him spinning me out? Oh god, that scared me. I didn't realise he was going to be in front. Right, I'm opting for a weird line here just to try and block him. Oh god, this is going to be just yo-yoing between these positions. Unless I can do that. Oh, no. Now the Zonda's going to replace the Ferrari. No. He just did what I did to the Ferrari then. Oh, that worked out perfectly. The game's been really nice to me today for some reason. I screw up and then hit the wall, and in turn that spins out the Zonda. We love to see that. That means I can focus on getting the right line through here now, instead of trying to block them. Right, who's behind now? It might be the Ferrari still. We've got a lap and a half left. 2.6 seconds ahead. I really just don't enjoy this car. At certain bits I'm like, yeah, it can steer through here, and then it just completely just doesn't and goes into the wall. You really have to learn its limits, and they're pretty low. For an ultimate car anyway. Right, final lap. We've lost time there against the Enzo. Not too long to go now, though. Slow through here because it can't handle it. Nearly spins out. Too late on the brakes. Ah, we gained time through there. It must have crashed. Happy days. Actually, not too bad at all, that race. Bit of luck, as per usual. Actually, like I said, been very lucky this episode with stuff happening. But there we go, 2 Enzos. I didn't actually realise there was 2 in there. But second and third for them. Very nice indeed. Right, we have another street race. And this one's on a very tight technical track, which gives us a better opportunity to catch up, to be honest, even though the 4GT is not the most technical car to use. It's kind of annoying, but yeah, this, again, not too bad, but 5 laps of Cotton Tree Drive is quite a long race. This Celine on this left-hand side is annoying the hell out of me. That's better. No, it's not. And we've got to deal with the Koenigsegg now. I'll just kind of use him as the corner there. Thank you. Really, this is just a case of trying not to get spun out. It's just not capable through these sections at all, this car. I screwed that up. Can I dive in front of the Enzo here? Is there room for a dive? Yes, there is. On that hairpin. Luckily, they go really slow around there. Or they go for a late entry. Or late exit, I don't know what I'm trying to say. They go slow around it. We'll stick with that. Lap 2, though, in the lead. This is good. The more corners, the better, because that gives us the best opportunity to catch up and more opportunities for them to slow down. Which is kind of the philosophy of this game. Unless you're in the quickest car, obviously. Then you want the straights to try and catch up. See if we can keep this lead. 1.7 seconds. If I can do this corner better, we can pull away quite a bit. Nope. You have to try and keep close to that inside of that corner because it goes over a little crest, so it kind of pulls the car over to the right. That was bad, that last section, though. Lost a bit of time through there, I think. Oh, that was bad as well. It's always really hard when the cars are this quick going around a circuit like this. .1 seconds. As long as we keep it around the same, that's good. That's a big if, though. I'm really concentrating on trying to keep this tidy. That's better. Through there. I'll take that. Bit slidey on the exit. This is a long race. I told you this is a long race. It's like going towards 6 minutes for PGR on a circuit track is long. We are pulling away though, so that's some good news. Up to 3 seconds now. I don't actually know what's in second place. I thought the Koenigsegg would have caught up the Ferrari by now, but perhaps that's not the case. And I imagine by the time this episode's done, it's going to be hellishly long. Just because of all the street races in it. And the final street race, which is going to be at least 12 minutes. Or 13 minutes, or 14 minutes. It'll be closer to 14 minutes, I'd have thought. Right, one more time around this track. Well, it's nearly okay around there. How far are we ahead now? I actually forgot to look. It's 3 seconds again. That's staying pretty much the same now. I remember in my original playthrough on this track I used a Porsche Carrera and that was very good on this. That's like its strongest suit, being on a track like this. It was very good. That's nice round there that time. It looks like it's still the Enzo. Not sure which is the actual quickest line around there. But nearly ending on 4 3s on the kudos. And Enzo probably 3 seconds behind. I'm really surprised the Koenigsegg didn't catch up a bit more on that. It was a good 2.5 seconds behind the Enzo. But look, the Porsche Carrera overtook the Zonda, so I don't think, yeah, it's no joke, that car, really, on the track like that. Right, now on to another street race. I believe this is street race number 9. Like I said, it's just full of street racing and cone challenges. This one I couldn't do in the 4GT. I don't think I will be able to do it either. So we're going to go in the Celine again. I think the Celine, like I said, is worse on every circuit track, really. It looks quite nice in that yellow. This is quite hard anyway. I think this is the first time that the Koenigsegg is a big issue. And there's 2 of them on this one, I think, as well. If I've got that right. Well, lots of fighting here. The Koenigseggs have both come out on top, which is not good. He's come from a bit back. I don't think we're in a position to really catch up now. Oh no, the Enzo has attacked the Koenigsegg, which is great. And watching behind and in front is kind of annoying. This is good news. Yes, it's worked out how I wanted it to, but the Koenigsegg is going to come back massively here. That probably wasn't the best move. It did take them both out, though. I just can't let that Koenigsegg get in front. It's too quick. Right, I've got a big lead here. Or big-ish. A second, I'll take that. It really is beyond me how this car has got less on the handling stats than 4GT. I mean, I can tell this has definitely not got great handling, but the 4GT has definitely got worse handling than this. I've got a feeling I'm going to have to do quite a bit of defending in this. Oh, crap. There's a risk of that happening each time I do that. That's 2 bad corners in a row. I was thinking about bouncing off the wall there. But I feel like I can win this without cheesing it around the corner, so I'm going to try. Right, we're back to where we started. Slightly less, but that's fine. Much like the Ford, as long as you brake early in this, you're fine. This is close. One thing I have noticed, though, if any of my American viewers can answer this, in America, do you call it the saline or the brand saline instead of saline? Because I've heard it being called saline, and I've never heard of it being called that before in England, so if anyone knows that, let me know. But I've always known it as saline. Oh, Jesus. That's fine. We've got a lap to go. We did pull away slightly, even with my error. Oh, no, this is not good. Why do I have to do this? She's going to try and take me out. Got nobody to blame but myself. If he overtakes me, I will not be happy. I've got a slight buffer again. It's better through there. Right, we've got a little bit of a buffer again. That's good. That's better. Right, made quite a few mistakes in that, but in the end, that was alright, to be honest. Like I said, in the 4GT, I just cannot do that one at all. It's not even close, really. So, I might still try it, but I don't think... I've definitely got more of a chance in the first few races in the 4GT than this one. There's definitely a couple on the Nürburgring. We are actually ranked 48, though, which is pretty decent. Loads of tokens that we don't need to use. And moving on to a very small cone challenge. 2 laps of the wharf in Sydney. And how many kudos tokens have we actually got? 316, that's crazy. Right, back in the 4GT for the cone challenges. 8,875. With this one, the target is a little bit harder than you think. I did try and slide there, it didn't work. I've missed that cone. This is an interesting way of doing it. See if I run out of time, but that was a method I just thought of. But it might be alright, don't know. Wasn't exactly well executed. Let's get around the track first, see if I made an error by doing that for too long. I wasted 8 seconds compared to my last attempt. Got 30 seconds, that seems like maybe it's going to be okay, I don't know. Yeah, we'll be fine. I think it'll be alright for the score as well as time. Yeah, a little bit of a different way of doing that. I could have done it a lot cleaner for sure, but just driving around that normally is not enough with a few slides chucked in to get the target there. But over 1,000 over. Over 1,000 over? 1,000 over the target, so that's not too bad. Right, next up, I'm trying to think what street race this is now. I think this is number 10. 10, yeah, and that's Cone Challenge 4. Right, so this one, we are still in the 4GT. So, I'm trying to think, again, there's so many street races in here, they all blend into one, to be honest. But I believe the Koenigsegg's in this one as well. This is a difficult one again, though, if I remember. That's a decent start. We can hold on to these for grim life. Or for dear life, grim death. I just bloody combined two sayings then. Come on, Mr. GT. Oh, this understeers so much. Oh god, we've got an Enzo behind us as well. Right, well I'm in the lead, but it's not going to last long, is it? I'm working hard to fight them off. It's like a swarm of angry bees behind me, in the form of two Enzos. You bastard. I hate it when that happens. They use my tactic of bumping them from behind. So I'll do that back to him. And he's trying it again. It's a right back and forth, this. Who's going to have the last laugh, though? I think I made him angry. This would be so much easier if this car was actually decent, you know? Sadly though, it's actually pretty bad. Right, that was a much better corner that time. We've got one lap of this hellhole to go. Same difficult track as we had to beat the Delfino on, if you remember. Come on, we need to keep this lead, because this is tense as hell. Come on, we got this. Stop sliding. Oh, once you start sliding, that's it. For the rest of the corner. Come on. It's got to be it. There's no way he's going to catch up. between here and the finish. No way. Oh, that was a little bit stressful, that one. Not going to lie, that's the hardest one so far. The start had to be absolutely spot on there to catch up to the Enzos. But once more, the Koenigsegg didn't seem to catch up the Enzos. It's like the Enzos drive better for some reason for the AI. I don't know why. But there we go. That's that one done. That was street race number 10? No? Yes, it was. Street race number 10. So now we're on to the 4th cone challenge, which isn't actually bad at all again. I think the target may be slightly difficult on this as well, but it's, again, not too bad because it's cone challenge. 8,200 kudos for this. So the good news is we are using the 4GT for majority of this. We've had a couple, well, 2 or 3 races where we couldn't use it so far, which was kind of expected, but it surprised me already with how many are possible in it. It's a small circuit, but it's a tricky circuit. Lots of technical bits in it. Oh crap, that was close. As was that. Cutting the margins here, a bit fine. It's going to be close, actually. I think we're just going to do it, though. Yeah, I think we're fine there. But you do have to chuck a couple more slides in there. They're quite tight for score, which is probably the hardest bit about them. They're not hard to get around the circuit, but without those extra slides in there, I probably wouldn't have got that target. But I believe that's all the cone challenges done. And now we're getting on to the really hard street races of the game. This one in Chicago, this is definitely impossible in the GT. There's no chance I'm going to do this in the GT. There's 2 Koenigseggs on this, and they drive extremely well. Probably, I'd say, I reckon this is the 2nd hardest street race in the series to try and do. This is actually incredibly hard, even in the Celine on this. I managed it in the Porsche. The Celine, though, that was, yeah, still very challenging. And you need a bit of luck as well to catch up the Koenigseggs, because they are no joke on this track. They are really quick. Right, I have to rely on them fighting each other, really. Which it looks like they are doing. He literally got right in the way there. Right, we've got a second to try and close this Koenigsegg. Luckily, though, he went really slow around there. They don't usually go that slow. Yeah, something's happening to this one. He's driving really slow. It's usually way harder. Oh, good God. This is not going to go well. Yep, because I braked too late. Because I'm scared. That was not actually my fault that time. Usually I do take them out, but the other Koenigsegg pushed me into that. They do that corner so well in the Koenigsegg. And obviously they're just rapid anyway. That corner is so difficult. One of the hardest corners in the game, I think. I knew it was going to happen. Come on, Celine. You can do it. I think the other Koenigsegg, the one that's sort of light blue, may drive better than the black one. I'm not sure, but it was making some very strange decisions when it was in front, the black Koenigsegg. I feel like that might not drive as well. I could be talking crap though. Alright, kind of figured out what to do with that corner now. He's a second behind me. That was much better around there. And it's caught up a bit. See what I mean? Look how much further ahead it is than the black Koenigsegg now, and the black Koenigsegg was in second for a good portion of it. It's weird. But for some reason we've gained a bit through there. I was a bit slower through there that time. As long as I don't hit the wall though, that's all I'm going for really. Stupid two wheels. Right, final lap, come on. Definitely gained some time on him there, I think. 1.5, it's decent. I think it's that corner they go slow on, because this one they usually go pretty quick on. 1.6 seconds, yeah. Then to catch up through here. That was pretty decent. I'll take that. 1.7 seconds. To be honest, again in that one, I think I got a good portion of luck from the Koenigsegg's fighting, and then the quick Koenigsegg out of the two, it seems, yeah, went off the side and crashed, and then the other one just didn't drive very well, so I was able to overtake them. But usually that was really hard, that one, but got a bit lucky on that attempt. But yeah, two Koenigsegg's about 2 to 3 seconds behind. So nicely done. I don't think I can do that in 4GT. I could give it a good go, but I don't feel like I'll be able to do it. But we'll see. We'll see. That's four events now that the 4GT can't do, and everything else has got platinum up to this point. But we've had the speed camera now, so that's obviously where things change. Right, so we have... Let's have a look at the target for this. So 112. One thing I thought was quite weird is that it's 112 for platinum, yet 102 for gold, which doesn't seem kind of balanced quite right, to be honest. Considering in series like the Pacific Muscle, the hard target is, or gold target, is 1 mile per hour less than the platinum. But in this one, it's 10 miles per hour less, and there's a lot of cars that are pretty quick in here, so kind of don't understand that. But anyway, right, 112 miles per hour. So There are 4 cars in here that can get platinum, which I was slightly surprised at. So we've got the TVR, which is obviously the quickest in the game. I managed 116 in that one. The Koenigsegg, which has got the second quickest acceleration, managed 115 in that. And then the 2 bonus cars, the other bonus cars, the 911 GT1 and the CLK GTR, I did manage to get 113 in both of them. So I was quite impressed with that. So I might show those once I've unlocked the cars at the end. I might actually show those doing the speed camera, because that's something different. The Enzo, I got 111 miles per hour, and I tried it for about an hour, and I just could not get 112. I was really, really trying. I really wanted that to get platinum, the Enzo, but 1 mile an hour off, 111 miles per hour. So again, I'll keep trying that, see if I can finally find the right line for it. But at the moment, it's just on gold. Then we've got the Zonda 110, so that's 2 miles per hour off on gold. Then the Celine S7 106 miles per hour, which is still gold. Porsche Carrera GT 103 miles per hour, which is just gold. And then 4GT 102 miles per hour, which is obviously bang on the gold target. It took quite a while to get that as well, so that was silver for a little bit. But so far, the only car we can use, we've unlocked, that we can unlock, sorry, is the Koenigsegg, so we're going to have to use that. And then what I'll probably do is just jump back from when I've unlocked these 2, and I'll do these at the same time, so you can watch all 3 in a row just to see the difference. But all 3 can manage platinum, so that's cool. So let's go in the Koenigsegg for 112 miles per hour. Right, so we're going to attempt to get 115 miles per hour. And I'm not going to use the stop for stuff method, which is completely stopping around here. I'm going to do this. And that's 115. So that's the best I got on that. You can use the stop for stuff method, which is just completely stopping and facing the speed camera on that corner and then accelerating from a standstill, which also works pretty well. But for the bonus cars, I couldn't use that tactic. I had to use this one, where you go wide on that corner and then cut back in whilst already rolling and moving. But I'll show you the Mercedes and the Porsche speed camera right now, and that's after we've unlocked them, after we've finished. There we go. That's it done in the CLK. Had to get the right line and make it quite smooth there. But 113 possible in the CLK. Let's move on to the 911. There we go, that's 113 as well in the 911. So there's the 3 cars shown at least to show they're all possible. But I was a bit surprised those 2 could do it. It's not quite as quick as the Koenigsegg. Right, so from this point, hopefully I should have shown you both of those cars and plus the Koenigsegg. So 3 cars there that can do platinum. I don't need to show the TVR because that's obviously way quicker than the Koenigsegg to do that. Right, now we move on to the hardest street race in the series, which is the one against the Mercedes on Barcelona Catalan Challenge, and I actually can't even do this in the Celine S7. This is one that I'm going to have to keep trying over and over again, but I have not been able to do this. Porsche Carrera, it's fairly doable. It's not too bad, just because the Porsche's got way better handling. 4GT got absolutely no chance of doing this. And the Celine S7, I still couldn't do it. So that's one of the only other ones that the Celine S7 cannot do. But I'm going to keep trying it. But for now, I'm going to have to do it in the Porsche Carrera GT because this Mercedes on this track is no joke and it's incredibly difficult to catch. Also, there's 2 cars that get in the way on the first corner, which happen every time without fail, which is kind of annoying. Right, the good thing is, the guys behind me aren't in the way now. Right, this is good. 1 second. I nearly messed that up. This is where it's going to pull away. Yes, he's messed up there. Come on, Porsche. Oh God, we lost control there big time. Yes! You wouldn't believe how much harder that is to catch that up in the Celine. Like, I haven't managed to do it yet. It's crazy hard. The Porsche's handling on this track just come in clutch. Oh, I've messed that up. And doing that chicane consistently, and this one each time, is very difficult as well. Don't underestimate these corners, because they are mad hard. Fuck's sake. Luckily, I managed to put him off there. That was a good corner there. 1.5 laps to go. I did that wrong completely again. That's 2 times in a row now. And they do that bit really quick. That's better through there. Coming into the last lap. It's closer than I'd like it to be. I should have been home and dry now. But I keep screwing up these corners. That's better. Right, that's good as well. Right, it was a good last lap. There's a couple really dodgy ones in that. But as you can see, even in the Carrera, that is a challenge to stay ahead. But I just can't quite reel him in the S7. I pretty much stay the same distance behind him each lap. I might reel him in a 10th some laps, but it really does depend on the start you get on that, but it's very difficult. So, yeah, I'm going to have to see if I can do that or not. I'm going to keep trying it, but for now, it's a gold for the Celine and a platinum for everything else. And now, this is meant to be the other really difficult one, because it's against the other bonus car, which is the Porsche 911 GT1, but this is loads easier. I don't know if it's the circuit, I don't know if it's because it's the Porsche, or just the way the car drives on that track, but I can actually do this in the 4GT, so yeah, there is that. A little bit easier, and we'll try it. Going from the Porsche into this car is not good. That's a decent start, however. Well, we'll take this. This is going really well. And that's really why it's so much easier, because you can just do all that stuff. But the actual track itself is actually quite hard to navigate. We've got a massive lead now. The Zonda's actually ahead of the Porsche. I hate this corner as well. Right, we managed to get round there okay. The Porsche's come out on top of the Zonda. We have got a 1.5 second lead. That was really bad. We've got 6 laps of this damn track as well to try and concentrate for. Which is not easy, especially in Edinburgh. And it just takes one little thing like that and the car just completely loses its bearings. Oh, and he's right behind me now. Ah. It's going to be tough to stay ahead. If I can just not crash in that corner each time, I'll be happy. Everyone knows how good that Porsche is, though. Oh, that was slow through that. We're over halfway, at least. Right, that's good enough. 2 more laps to go. Oh, it's going badly. This track is solid in this car. He's going to overtake me here. That was incredibly lucky. Do you know what actually happened then? My thumb slipped off the thumbstick when I was going around that corner. Uh-oh. No, he's really trying to get past. It's much better. This corner. That's much better. We'll take it. That was a well-fought victory. Some pretty dodgy corners in there. That is such a difficult track. And it's easy to get ahead of the Porsche, but then staying ahead of him in the GT is a different story, really. But we have managed to do it in the GT, so I'm quite happy with that, to be honest. But yeah, definitely easier to catch up to the GT1, but if it's easier to stay ahead of, probably not. But then again, we were in the Porsche in that one, so the Porsche would be way better on that Edinburgh track. But yes, we have the finale race to go. 2 laps of the Nürburgring. Yeah, I have tried this over and over again in the 4GT, and what I'm going to say is I think it is possible. I think with the right driving and the exact right luck and with supreme blocking skills, I think that is possible to do in the 4GT. So that is another one I'm going to keep trying in the future to do. And I've managed it both in the Celine and the Carrera, and in comparison, it's actually relatively easy. It's definitely harder in the Carrera, I'd say, just because it's not as quick as the Celine. Like I said, the Celine is better on the Nürburgring, I think, overall. But it's fairly comfortable, I'd say. It's not easy in the Carrera, but it's comfortable. But I can't quite manage it in the 4GT, so I'm going to have to keep trying that and see if I can put that on the medal improvement list to try and do. Obviously, we get pretty badly dropped here. That Koenigsegg always does that as well for some reason. We can finally use 6th gear in the Porsche. Right, so up to 6th. Oh, this is an interesting development. I have to say, I don't think that normally happens. Usually the Porsche's way out in 2nd place. And Mercedes is screwed up now. Oh no, I'm going to have to do this. That was going to slow me down too much, I'm afraid. I had to track cut there. Never been 3rd place in this position, to be honest, in the track. Obviously, the Speed 12 was way ahead, but it will mess up in a certain part of the track. And I think the Enzo must be in 2nd then. And to be honest, they all mess up on this part. Pretty much. It's very unusual to see the 911 and the CLK do that, though. This is a crazy long race, though, for PGR anyway. It's going to be between 13 and 14 minutes in this car. Literally can't even see the TVR. Enzo's quick. It's definitely where it's strongest on this track. Right, so the TVR's 4 seconds ahead. I'm not sure if that's good or bad, really, to be honest. Didn't go to plan that. Right, I can see it at least, so that's positive. Obviously, it slows up massively on the straight. So that's our chance to pounce. .1 seconds ahead. Oh, it's already messed up there. Oh, it's still messing up. I'm not sure I need to change the 6th here. I don't think it's going to work. If anything, I think it slows us down, so I'm going to stick in 5th. And there we go. There's the mess up from the TVR. Another great thing about this car is the brakes. Brakes and handling, absolutely superb. Like I said, if this had more acceleration and probably a slightly higher top speed, it would be a monster. But they killed it in this game, acceleration-wise. It's like barely better than the GT, Ford GT. And unfortunately, now we've just got a hell of a long time of just driving with not much happening. Unless the TVR manages to catch us on the straight. Which has a good chance to do. Although it's 6 seconds behind, so that's asking a lot of it. It's very easy to drive, this car, as well. Another good point. Actually changed to 6th gear again. Does benefit us because it's slightly downhill. Completely different strategy driving this, the TVR on this track, because you actually have to drive this like a proper racing game, brake and then accelerate through the corner. With the TVR, you can kind of chuck it in and slide it almost. Took a wrong line through there. 10 seconds ahead going on to the straight. Unfortunately, we've got to do this again. Yeah, it's just not going to catch up, is it? And we're going to get to this top speed when we go down the hill, I'd have thought. Just over 200. So it's caught up a second through there. Not enough though, is it? What was its top speed? 203. That's as much as we're going to get out of that, isn't it? Brakes are just amazing. One of the best brakes in the game, I think. Be interesting to see if the CLK or the Porsche's got better brakes, but this does feel like the brakes are very good. So even on the straight, the TVR only caught up 3 seconds. That's a difficult corner to do quickly as well. I find that's one of my weakest ones. Try and do right. But yeah, I am going to keep trying this in the GT. I have got ahead of the TVR once, or a couple times actually. But that is so hard to keep it off you on the straights. Especially if there's the third place is near it as well. So if you've got the TVR and the Porsche 911 as well, it's kind of bordering impossible to stop them passing you. Be interesting to see which car's got the best brakes from like a 100 to 0 miles per hour sort of test or something. That'd be quite cool. Still at 7 seconds. Which is good, actually, considering this is the part that usually drives quick on, really. Because obviously it's going to slow down a lot on the straight that's coming up. It is enjoyable to drive this car on this track for sure. Going a bit dodgy on two wheels again there. Absolutely flying though. "10 seconds ahead, and it's not even got to the bit where it slows down yet. I'd like to get under a 6:30 in this. That's probably possible, isn't it? I'm not changing to 6th. I know it's tempting, but I'm not doing it. "13 seconds now. Didn't mean to change down to second there. That's the first time I've been in second since the start, actually. And we've got a good amount of kudos as well. And he's 16 seconds behind on the dot. We're just gaining time each time we go past a split at the moment. $17.9. This lap's been nice, gone nice and smooth. Not the most exciting for you guys to watch, to be honest, if you are still watching this. Because the race was done a long time ago. It's crazy how it can be this comfortable, 20 seconds ahead in the Carrera, and like close to being impossible in the 4GT. It's crazy. Oh, that's quite slow, that corner. I'd like that to be a 6:20. Should we go for a 6:28 in the Carrera? Would that be respectable? I don't know. I don't know any decent times in this. It's going to be a 6:27. There we go. I'll take that. Not too shabby. But that is the final race done, guys. What a crazy journey this has been. I'm going to wait to see how far the TVR is behind. So TVR 22.6 seconds in the end. So pretty crazy. Then the Enzo at 27.9. And then the Porsche, then the Mercedes, then the Koenigsegg, then the Porsche Carrera GT, then the Zonda, which was behind the Porsche, which was surprising. But there you go. So we're going to get our usual message of completing the game with all these bonus cars, which everyone's already seen before, but just in case you haven't, if you complete it on steel, you get the Delfino Feroce or Feroce in the Supercar series. Bronze is the Ferrari 250 GTO of the Classics. Then we've got the Porsche 911 GT1 of the Ultimate for silver, Mercedes CLK GTR for gold, both of them in the Ultimate, and then Platinum, of course, TVR Speed 12 for the Ultimate. So very nice indeed. But that is it, guys. We have actually managed to do that. What a crazy playthrough this was. This has been very enjoyable. I've enjoyed doing this. Very challenging. Very challenging indeed, but I've thoroughly enjoyed doing it. Let's just have a little look at the spreadsheet before we go as well. So that is the Ultimate spreadsheet there, and it's actually pretty good, to be honest. Better than I thought it was going to be, especially because of the 4 GTs in there. But as we can see, there's 4 that have got full platinum, which are the 3 bonus cars, which we've just unlocked. This is the order I've put them in anyway. The TVR, then the Porsche, then the CLK, and then the Koenigsegg. And that is how I've ranked them and rated them for doing the events in the Kudos World Series specifically. So I think overall, that is how they do across the board. Then we've got the Enzo, the Zonda, and the Porsche all on 94 points. But the Enzo and the Zonda are quite a bit better than the Porsche. The Enzo I've put after the Koenigsegg, then the Zonda, then the Porsche, and then we have the Celine, which has got 93. So I just can't do that street race against the CLK in Barcelona, but I'm going to keep trying it. But I haven't really got close, if I'm honest, to doing that yet. So that's going to be a huge challenge. And then the 4GT, like I said, did better than I thought. It's 88 points. That's 7 points behind the top cars. And there's 6 street races in there. Is there? Yeah, 6 street races and 1 speed camera, which obviously is never going to change. And I think potentially Street Race 1, Street Race 4, and Street Race 14 are 3 that I'm going to attempt to do again. I think Street Race 9 and Street Race 11 and 12 are practically impossible in the GT just because of the type of track and the start you can get and everything. I don't think that's going to be possible, but I'm definitely going to try Street Race 1, Street Race 4, and Street Race 14, I think. But there you go. That is the end of this crazy series. It's been an absolute wild ride. So I'd like to thank everyone for their support through this series. It's been very enjoyable, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it too. For the next video, I'll probably put out the medal spreadsheet. It's just a link on there so everyone knows to click on that video to look at it, and we can see if we can update it anymore. So feel free to attempt any medal, try and improve a silver to a gold or a gold to a platinum, either one of those. And yeah, just have fun with it. But that's the end of the episode, guys, and the end of the series. Hope you enjoyed, like I said. And if you want to see more content, there's more over there on the screen if you're not quite done. But I'll catch you in the next video.